We will share with you a little handout which is on page number 5, says and it states the objectives of the Gymkhana. And you read that. If you can just take that in your hand, if you don't mind, is very, very important because it's a full link to what Godfrey talks about. And we are talking about the East Indian and we are talking about the Bandra Gymkhana. So if you look at that part, I'll just wait for you all to open that. It looks like this, page number 5. And if you read that, the objects of the club are to provide an institution, the aim of which is to afford its members. The word is afford its members. Is 2 lakhs rupees affordable? Is 2 lakhs rupees affordable to an average East Indian? No. So why was Godfrey talking about that tomorrow the Gymkhana may not be in the East Indian hands? Because wherever we have gone and met a lot of people, East Indians, Life A members, Life B members, they said, no, 2 lakhs rupees is too much to spend for my child for an entry, for just being members of the Bandra Gymkhana. So if that happens, if 2 lakhs is not affordable to the average East Indian, then the next generation will not be life members. And if the next generation is not life members, then Bandra Gymkhana will not be in the hands of East Indians. So we go back to the object. The object is to be affordable. So the affordable 2 lakhs rupees is not affordable. So one needs to relook at that. That's why we felt there was a need to make big changes in the Gymkhana. So that is so that all members of the East Indian community, like Godfrey said and shared with you, they wrote to the Gymkhana and they didn't get a response. That generally, I'm sure a lot of you all have experienced. But I will not go so much to the Gymkhana. Otherwise, it's like we had this only for the Gymkhana. But so we will go towards. Let's look at and actually what we missed out here from your maybe Vivian and what the Bombay East Indian Association plans to do. Focus for the 1 year and 5 years, and where do you see what are the challenges of the East Indian community? If you can share that with us.
Hello. Respected members of my community, worthy members of the Bandra Gym, Mr. Warren, dynamic leader, Mr. Godfrey Pimenta, is becoming literally the household name in every East Indian house, very dynamic, very knowledgeable, a treatise on so much of issues that is there. My friend Gleason, very dynamic, very strong, aggressive. Friends, Sagalena, good evening. Zar, Baino. This is a good platform for me to express a debt that I owe to the people, mainly from the elite sections of Bandra. Sometime back when the OBC, East Indians were declared as OBC, there was quite an uproar. There were quite a number of people who were saying that are we going to be classified along with all the other East Indians? We do not want this tag. But my dear friends, we had many meetings. In those meetings, we were in a position to tell that God has blessed you a lot. But then there are so many East Indian houses where the chula still runs, where a woman in a nugra still bends and puts the pipe to her mouth so that the chula runs and the roti is made. My dear friends, this is the debt that I thank you for remaining quiet, for maintaining the status of an OBC, though you have not liked in the first place, but which would benefit for the larger sections of the people. Can I give you a big round of applause for being so much accommodating? You being so elite, not wanting the tag, but for the needy brethren you did it. Today, I owe you the thanks and I have expressed it. I was sometime back, but the case was going on for Lawrence D'Souza in the Supreme Court, the OBC matter, where he was fighting with Mr. Goyal. The matter had travelled to Supreme Court. And I was declaring with the itinerary of legal luminaries, the best of India. And two things that they carried about about the Catholics stood out very vividly because some of the best legal brains were there. And two things that stuck out of Catholics to them were the beaches and the churches of Goa. That was their that was the Christianity for them, and the quaint and the beautiful cottages and the culture of Bandra. These were the two striking things of Christianity from them. And coming from such learned minds, I thought to myself that yes, Bandra is the torchbearer of the Christian faith. Bandra is the torchbearer of the Christian community. Our people felt very bad in the years ahead. We enjoyed. आपली वराड दणकेमध्ये होती. We had lovely feasting. Our weddings used to go for nearly about 7 days. At that time, we had lands. A lot of milk was coming from the land. But we realized our lands went out. Acquisition, requisition was the order of the day. Some for the colleges, some for the universities, some for airports. And our people came down to literally a pauper state in many places. Education came to our support. The call centers, whatever we may criticize, did come to our support. Money started trickling into the East Indian household. People started becoming Purusha Azun Samruddhi side. And when that happened, people started looking out for how things are happening. They are realizing that the East Indian community is dwindling. They realized that there has to be a unity amongst us. There has to be a sense of common thread amongst us. And then the East Indians decided that as we are coming now in better age, better stage of life, where we could get back at least something, let us salvage the situation for the East Indians. Two things have come out very vividly in the minds of the people: the church and the institution. Today, the Bombay East Indian Association, of which I head, is in a very good term frame with the church. Remember some time back, there was an uproar. There was a group that decided to stage a demonstration at Good House against the clergy. I am not defending the clergy in any way, but having a demonstration over there against the clergy would have carried bad press. And realizing the government of today, we know how it would be twisted. The word went around to this group, my dear friends. East Indian लोक येणारा काठी घेती येणारा आणि तुम्हाला चोप चोप चोपूची तरी मारते. Believe me, literally, that demonstration could not be carried forward. There was a fear that the East Indians who have lost their land, who have given their lands, could come and literally take us. We were telling them, have a dialogue with the church. Please maintain your dialogue with the church and maintain and resolve it by mutual discussion. The East Indianism, the force of Europe came to the aid. The church is happy with us. Today the Cardinal is given in the present and blessing for an East Indian Mass at Velakirani, 4 p.m. in the Lower Basilica. Cardinal has come forward and stated that one of these days, when he will be coming from the Holy See, he will be leading us into a worship of an East Indian Marathi Mass, where the Cardinal himself will stamp his authority, where the Lipi, where the Holy Scriptures, as per the Marathi language defined, will be carried out. We will be having the singing in the East, singing of hymns in the East Indian. The Sarma will be in East Indian. The ejaculatory prayers will be in East Indian. The blessings and the Amche Baba would be said in East Indian. Without diving into anything from the Holy See, what is prescribed for us, we are going to enjoy an East Indian Marathi Mass. And none lesser than the Cardinal himself will have this Mass. Somewhere in November, we will invite all of you to come and attend the Mass. It will be a proud moment for our East Indians. Having been in tune with the church, we now think about institutions. And the supreme institution that comes into my mind is the Bandra Church. Somewhere down the line, it has lost its flavor of East Indianism. That was a sense of East Indianism. And there, we have found that when I have adorned the chair of the Bombay East Indian Association President, of which many of the Bombay Bandraites were worthy, my predecessors, very worthy people. People of whose shoes were so large that my feet is not fit, not big enough to fit. But then that's the way it is. Now our East Association has been relegated close outside. Only one meeting. I'm not entitled to an office over there. I'm not entitled to proper respect over there. We have one meeting, no other meeting. We have got programs that we are lined up in different areas of Mumbai. Can't we strengthen this association by having a place of honor over there? It has always pained us whenever we had our meetings. Friends, having said that, I come to the issue where Bombay East Indian Association is leading the community. We find that our boys and girls have become splendid catch amongst the girls and the boys of different faiths. Apply East Indian code as a Uparela, a girl who is Hindu girl or Mohammedan girl, as the case may be, are looking forward that this is the man who will give me the vows of being together for life and for all. Do you know it's literally poaching on our East Indian girls and boys? I'm with so many communities, my clients are from so many communities. They say that तुमची मुलगा आणि तुमची मुलगी जर केली ना, आमचा मुलगा आणि आमची मुलगीचं जिंदगी बनी. You are of our life. They have seen us going as couples to mass. They have seen us being so enjoyed in that family. They have seen the values in us, much more value than even they could possibly have. While we accept this, we are also understanding that many of our people are not married amongst our own East Indian community. Precisely for that reason, we have organized meet and match sessions. First at Cedar, then at St. Joseph, and now on the 18th, we will have a handbill where at Mowgli Garden, where we will be having our East Indian girls and boys only coming together with a view of falling in love or getting a prospective boy amongst those guys. It's a one-day thing, and this is our way of getting our East Indian girls and boys meeting. कारण पहिल्या सगळे these गेलं matchmakers and all are no more there, and people have moved out from the village. Every माणसं आपली building मध्ये राहतात. Where do we get in touch? And when we go outside, we converse in English. We don't know who is a Goan boy, who is a Bangalorean boy. For the East Indian match, it will surprise you when I tell you, I have got several calls from a Goan and Bangalorean people that we also like East Indian girls and boys. Even we would want our boys and girls to get married. Somewhere down the line, maybe we could think about incorporating them if we do not find our East Indian girls and boys. At least let it be in the faith. This is the vision of our East Indian. Secondly, we had two conclaves of all the East Indian associations in different parts of Mumbai: Raigad, Vasai, Salsett, Mumbai City, Mumbai Suburban. And we distributed what we call dossiers on hand, OBC. We distributed what is called dossiers on the various rules, regulations, GR, government regulations that make. People have that, they can go for that OBC thing. It's under a big block, but then that block can be circumvented if we give revenue records. Besides that, we have organized what we call first time ever an East Indian conclave on the 22nd on Dasera, again at Mowgli Garden. If Warren comes in, certainly it will be over there in Bandra. We are having issues of drugs and the Nigerian frauds. These days, the Nigerian frauds are laced with emotionality, are laced with men who are wanting to get married to a boy, and on the Facebook befriending, and comes a parcel and people give thousands of rupees to redeem that parcel. So crime, drugs, Nigerian fraud. We are going to have a session on wealth creation. If a boy is getting good, he is on the ship, he is getting good money, how is he going to create wealth creation? We are going to induct at least 5 of the youngsters in our Bombay East Indian managing committee. Friends, we have, when the time came for the property taxes, the first time the circular came and there was a big uproar and hangama. It was linked to the ready reckoner rates. We went and had, and especially I should congratulate my dear friend Godfrey, and for the upbringing and the awareness that was created by the Mumbai Government Panchayat, where we could go to so many parishes and address people, give them objections. Every person was given an objection letter ready. They have to only fill in the blanks as far as the account and the ward and all that concerned. When we gave an objection, as a result, the BMC, which was already bundled up with that whole thing, sent fresh property taxes. Now if you look, the property taxes are considerably lesser. Even now in that aspect, we have sent circulars that please pay the property tax and look into the zone and the sub-zone in which your property resides. When the DB plan came, our Downtowns were called, what do we classify as slum Downtowns. Slum cluster. Cluster is fine, wonderful, but slum, my East Indian man who is residing in 700 and 800 will get 225, a big approach from the Bombay East Indian, from the Mobile Government Panchayat and other trusts. We raised objections. My learned friend Bonfrey was called to not only from the East Indian Forum but other places. Thousands of objections were raised. At least I would say 15 to 18,000 objections from the 60,000 objections received by the BMC was from the East Indian houses and from the villages. What has happened? Our pressure, along with the government pressure, has made the learned CM of Maharashtra, respected Mr. Fadnavis, to postpone this DP to another place. They are going to take charge, the cognizance of it, and they are going to come with a fresh DP when again we will be all united and fight. The Bombay East Indian Association has got many plans. Plans for the youth, plans for the women, plans for the East Indian general populace as a whole. Today is the time for us to reflect on the institution. I am very happy and pleased with the attendance over here. I personally, Advocate Vivian D'Souza, want Warren and his team. I have studied them. It is not easy for them to mislead advocates. I have studied them. I have asked them in question. I have told him in plans. Manifesto is beautiful, but I am pertinently asking him questions. What is your plan? What is your vision? How did it hold in generate? Friends, I want to tell you that the answers which Warren and his team has satisfied me. I have given calls to so many people who may not necessarily be in Bandra. People from all walks of life, advocates, engineers, entrepreneurs, professors. It is very surprising to know that whenever we canvass for somebody, there is always somebody who tells, no, the old establishment is okay. But not a single person of whom I have contacted have told me that yes, we are for the old establishment. People want change. Change should be for the better. People, it is not just to talk about East Indian, we want the East Indian to lead. We want those East Indians to lead us who has the heart and the love for the community. I endorse Warren and his team. I endorse their candidature. I, along with other people from Kurla, from Mahim, from Bandra, from Malad, and all these people whom I am touched with some of the top East Indians, whose grit, whose love, whose care and compassion for the community runs through all these villages, and who has got so many of you as their relatives, as their friends, as their colleagues here in this elite place of Bandra. I am 101% sure that Warren and his team will win. Not only for what they stand, not only for what they do, for the convincing way they have answered me. This convincing way I have canvassed for so many people. I know my learned friend Gleason has spread the word around to his WhatsApp, to his Facebook. So many will be inspired by what he says. Many of us may not be members of the East Indian, the Bandra Gym, but we have got many in the Bandra Gym of whom we are very close to. The support is assured. Our prayers are for you, sir. Do good for the community. You will be chosen, no doubt about it. But once you are chosen, think about all the manifesto and everything that you have promised us. We rely upon you. For the first time, I am coming out and giving my support individually. The Bombay East Indian Association is quite traditional in its approach. And the learned people from Bandra, I am following their footsteps. We cannot be that kind of aggressive as my learned friend and the Mobile Government Panchayat. And that's why when people say that why don't you come united? United we are, related to me. For that matter, Unil Kini, who is over here, is quite close to us. But every association has got its own characteristics and individuality. And it is in this characteristics and in this individuality that we will flourish. It is the differences of this association in their approach that will make us stronger, feel much better and I think so I have taken a lot of your time on this time. Thank you for your patient hearing. I have Mr. Leron also, Gonzalez. Can Leron stand? He is one of the leaders and the faces of the RPI movement. He once called me for a meeting where Ramdas Atholye was there. And I was very happy and touched when Ramdas Atholye, when he came onto the stage, hugged him. I thought to myself, Apla Maus, and asking leader just like someone. We have many people who are wanting, lots of people want the code of the HTML. Please go into the website where it is www.tbeia. You will have the latest journal reflected there. Myself and Godfrey Pimenta will be putting matters on bills. We are going to have specimens of bills, matters of legal licenses, matters of development. All this will be featured on our bills on the website www.tbeia in the days to come. You will find a lot of information. We are also in the process and thinking of creating documentaries. We don't clash with our associations. Gleason and his company are busy with that problem. They are busy with so many other things. We are busy with the documentaries. There will be so many documentaries that we will be touching upon. Maybe one such documentary will be featuring Warren and his team over there, sitting over there on the managing committee and taking decisions for us. And this will be the seed of thought for today. As the president of Bombay East Indian Association, I sincerely appeal to you, especially those who are seniors over here, to be the Endeli Matsa. You are carrying wealth of information and for the listening. We are young people. We have fire in the belly, but wisdom, grace has dawned upon you. Please be in touch with us. Send us your information. Tell us about what you would think that we could take Bombay East Indian Association. Give me your love, give me your attention. Please pray for Capital Godfrey Pimenta, because literally after every 3 days he is the press. The fact that I told the Warren that you have got Godfrey's support, which you are assured of so many votes yourself. Friends, thank you for listening with me patiently. Please, as I endorse Warren and his team, please endorse your support, your pledge, your love. Do spread the word around on that particular day. Mingle with the people. Tell them that these are the people, these are the votes, these are the numbers that are over there. When you are convinced, convince others. There may be so many people who might be fence sitters over there. When these people will hear about this meeting, naturally there is going to be a flow of information, misinformation or banning of names or whatever it is. It happens in a case. It is yours and my responsibility to ensure that the credibility which this dream team has today, the same credibility should be reflected over there. And if there are some people with a little bit of misgivings, tell them that there are people who are strong enough in the East Indian community, who has got links with the elite of the Bandra, who has got links with all those people who are there in small body houses also, whether it is in Kurla, whether it is in Bandra, whether it is in Uttar. These are the people who are strong in the community. Warren and his team owes a responsibility to us. They owe a concern to us that once they come into power, they will be the people who will be the guiding force. The church with us, our big institution with us. Right by that. हात भरलेला असेल, परमेश्वराने सोबत येण्याची कृपा आपल्यावरती असेल. Thank you so much.